You and I were standing down on the track here on Friday, and they sound the part as well. Pither really looking racing here, but he's got that front grille full of leaves.
Hopefully that won't hurt him. And of course, there's something flapping around the back. Maybe it's blowing off now. No, okay, he sets a little bit of sign writing. We know from past experience, the minute some bodywork comes off these cars, they're not afraid to bring him in by a drive-through penalty. But 3 laps to go. What's Chris got? Has he burnt the car up in the first part of the race? Has Kim been conservative and just maintaining that lead?
Here's a replay. Oh,
no, that answers that question. He's certainly not been conservative.
That's a big yeehaw chuck it in, isn't it? Off the exit of, I think that was line red, turn 5, up over the curbs. So Lockwood and Corkery, they're gaining on Jarvis up ahead. Jarvis running in the 4th position.
And of course, a couple of young guys here, so there's a little bit at stake with the young guys trying to say, look, I'm better than you, you're better than me, Ford versus Holden. 2 Kiwi guys trying to make their mark overseas. So the position, albeit not for the race win, for those guys is just as critical as what the race win will be for Chris Pither or Kim Jane.
Yeah, Lockwood, a former New Zealand Ute champion. No Kane Lobb this weekend, notably, who won the championship last year, finished 2nd in the championship behind Chris Pither this year. I think they're just biding their time building up for the endurance races a little bit later on. So a little bit disappointing that Kane's not here, because we know he would have been right in the mix taking it on against the Aussies. There's Huggy Urquhart and the Big Ben Pies wildcard Ute, so it is him trailing that rear bumper. He's got George Elliott, the Australian, working him over for position. So Huggy's actually had a pretty good race here. He told me after race number 1 that he hooked first gear off the start, went straight to 4th, and that's the reason why he went backwards at a great rate of knots.
Never going to work that successfully. No matter how good you are, going from 1st to 4th is not going to work. But maybe that bodywork's going to fall off. I'm actually quite surprised they haven't brought him in.
Oh, don't need to. He's just nosed it into the tyres, down through a big pond, turn number 7. He's got it gathered back up. He went in there in qualifying, and the funniest thing about that is he got it back out on track. The front end was slightly deranged. He actually went 5 seconds quicker on his next lap.
Something in that then, isn't there? But here we go. What has young Chris got for the young man from Australia?
Jane and Pither, Kiwi versus Aussie, Holden versus Ford. It is all on again for race number 2 here from Hamilton for the V8 Utes Trans-Tasman Challenge.
Okay, look, Kim's lost a bit of time there. You see how much Chris has dragged on the back of him, but look, nothing's going to come out of this.
Tyres, brakes, because they only have 6 tyres allocated to the weekend. Here's a replay of Huggy.
A little bit too hard, just off the apex of the corner.
What understeer?
Then he went, look, he'll just drag that thing back out like we've seen, and he'll carry on. He'll be kicking himself afterwards because he was having quite a sterling race there.
Oh, he's the man behind the Big Ben stunt.
Oh, here we go. He's got
Pither's got down the inside.
Wow,
Where did that come from?
5. That's actually unheard of.
That's a big pass from Pither. Has he got it stuck, though? Jane on the outside. They're going to dispute it. Down to the next.
No, there's no dispute on this one, Jamie's got the inside running, that's it.
Jane tried to stay there on the outside. Pither takes over the front running for the Kiwis.
Hey, look at that. He must have got an absolute blinder through the chicane down 4, and that just allowed him to go down the inside of 5. But, man, that's one heck of a move because that's the hardest place to turn because of the speed involved.
Well, he just pulled up alongside. He just stuck it on in down the inside. There was lots of support at Big Pond turn 7. There was the hooters going and everything. They know the Kiwis have got the lead here for the Trans-Tasman Challenge. And the last lap board is inside. Jane's going to try and come back at him down the inside.
Chris has made no attempt whatsoever to block it. The best thing he can do, he's on the nice part of the racing line. There's no dirt where he's racing.
Pinch to break, though. Jane just climbed the curb right through the middle of the apex of the corner. It is all on for the final lap.
Right, 7 corners to go. This is the most critical one. If he gets a nice clean jab out of turn 2, he can defend through 3. Then he's got to make sure he gets through the chicane, turn 4 fine.
Jane will look for the crossover as Pither locks a break into 2. Jane won the first race. Pither was 2nd. Charlie Kovacs was 3rd for the Australians. We'll certainly see a new 3rd place runner for this one, but can Pither turn the tables on the Australians? Victory in race number 2. It is not over here by any stretch of the imagination.
Nothing's going to come of this. He's just jumping in the fresh air, hoping that he can, take distraction away from Chris. Okay, through 4. He's got a nice clean exit. He's got the speed out of this. This is where he took advantage of Kim Jane in the corner before. Sorry, the lap before. Turn 5 he's executed, only 3 corners to go, and it's his way. Go Kiwis.
Go the Kiwis, the NZ number 90 of Chris Pither. There's only a car length in it though, but he looked to be a little bit better on tyres and maybe brakes in the later stages of this race weekend.
It's possibly how the team's engineered the Ute to come on song, but okay, we're through 6.
Jane's sideways, he is trying hard.
He is throwing everything, including the kitchen sink at this thing, but he is running out of corners. This is it. If Chris can get through this next corner, 7 now. 8 is the most critical one.
Jane had to take 2 bites at that corner. Pither's got the advantage out of turn number 8. There's a car length in it. He should do it to the line. He's going to turn the tables on Jane for race wins, but have the Kiwis done enough to pick up the second test series? Pither crosses the line with the win. Kim Jane in second, and this will be the battle behind probably third and fourth Jarvis. This is for fourth and fifth. Jarvis under pressure from Corker. He's made some big gains in the last lap. As Byrne will cross the line in third, that's the lap Charlie Kovacs in between. Jarvis, Corkery, Lockwood and Simon Grace out of Christchurch. Well, scintillating action from the Trans-Tasman V8 Utes race 2. Chris Pither with the win for the Kiwis. He had Kim Jane, Simon Byrne, Robert Jarvis, Colin Corkery and Matt Lockwood, with Peter Ward and Jeff Kernahan rounding out the top 15. More action to come over the weekend here from Hamilton.